On the Frontline, where our stories lead the news, coming up next.
Ballots, hashtags, and courtrooms. Different battlegrounds, same fight. Tonight, we trace the lines that decide who gets heard. I'm Maya Ellison. This is On the Frontline. Good evening. For nearly 6 decades, Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act has protected Black voters and other marginalized communities from discrimination at the ballot box. Tonight, that protection sits before the Supreme Court. The case asks whether race can be considered when drawing political maps, a question that could redefine representation for millions. If the court limits Section 2, it won't just redraw districts, it could redraw our democracy. From Baton Rouge to Atlanta, communities are already mobilizing for a future where every vote counts, and none are counted out. We begin in Louisiana, where the fight for fair maps has become a fight for power itself.
It's a cool October morning in Louisiana. Outside a community center, signs read, "Every vote matters." Inside, residents wonder if their district still does.
They keep moving our lines. Sometimes I don't even know who represents me anymore.
Louisiana v. Calais challenges a map that civil rights groups say dilutes Black voting power. The state argues considering race at all violates equal protection. The court's ruling could reshape how every state draws its lines.
Section 2 exists because race was used to silence us. You can't fix that history by pretending color doesn't exist.
In Georgia, organizers see echoes of Louisiana's fight. Different state, same strategy. Limit access, limit power.
I vote when I can, but sometimes it feels like they're deciding who matters before we even show up.
Whether through district maps or voter ID laws, suppression rarely announces itself. It just redraws the rules. For many here, the future of the vote depends on what the court decides next.
Dr. Boone, critics say Section 2 was meant to level the field, not tilt it. How does this case challenge that?
The court is asking if race-based remedies are still constitutional, but ignoring race in a system built on racial lines is its own bias.
Nico, you've built a tool letting citizens see how district changes impact their communities. What are you finding?
People are seeing their neighborhoods split for the first time. They realize representation isn't just political, it's personal.
Some call this the most consequential voting rights case since Shelby County v. Holder. If the court weakens Section 2, what's next?
Litigation shifts to the states. Grassroots organizing will matter more than ever because the federal safety net may be gone.
And for the first time in a generation, we could see a map of America that looks nothing like its people. 61% of Black Louisianans live in just 2 of the state's 6 districts. A new map could cut that representation in half. Since 2020, 18 states have introduced laws that limit ballot access. Voter turnout among Black 18 to 29-year-olds rose 11% in 2024, the highest jump of any group. The numbers don't lie, but they do draw lines.
In a warehouse outside New Orleans, muralist Cameron Jean is painting district lines on a 150-foot wall. Each color marks a community at risk of disappearing from the map.
When they erase us on paper, we redraw ourselves in paint.
They say compactness. I say community. They say colorblind. I say you just don't see me.
Across the South, creators are refusing to let their neighborhoods vanish in ink. Because when maps change, so does memory.
The Supreme Court will decide Louisiana versus Calais in the months ahead. The legal question is technical. How much race can matter in representation? The human question is simpler. How much representation matters to us? Democracy is not self-cleaning. It requires maintenance, courage, and memory. So as the court deliberates, remember, the lines on a map are only as powerful as the people who stand inside them. I'm Maya Ellison. This is On the Front Line, because staying informed is its own form of protest.